What's going on, Savage Nation? Savage Civilian back with another new video. Today I'm going over my top 10 most used everyday carry items that are all under $100. Some of them are even like under 50. I get asked a lot like what I carry. I have an EDC group on Facebook with like 8,000 people, so we're all talking about everyday carry stuff. A lot of people that are getting into this kind of thing, you know, they want to know the budget way. They don't want to spend super amounts of money right off the rip. So I figured this would be a great video to put together. Off the rip, I will let you know I am not sponsored by any of these products. I bought these all with my own money. However, I have Amazon links to all of them down below. And if you do buy it from that Amazon link, it does give me a couple dollars. So I do appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe now. It's completely free. Turn on that notification. And if you want to become a channel member, that'd be even a bonus because we have some awesome things coming out for members, such as like Signal group chats we're working on and a bunch of other really cool stuff. So with that said, let's get started. I'm not going to do this in any particular order. Again, it's just my 10 items that I carry that are under $100. So to start off, I'm going to go with my wallet. I have had this wallet for years. If most of you know, it's been in my pocket dumps quite often. This wallet is made by Sermon Brands. It's leather. It's a couple years old, and as most wallets, as they age leather, they actually look better. But this wallet has held up very well. I keep it in my front pocket, obviously. I'm not a back pocket wallet guy. I prefer it in the front, but it's super durable, zero tears or anything. It's held up great. It does have a money clip in here. And yeah, I believe this was only like 30 or 40 bucks. I will leave a link to that and move on to the next item. The next item is something I just started carrying recently. I am not a fan of Olight, as many of you know. I don't trust their lights. I don't trust a lot of their stuff. But I have started using this, and it's made by O-Knife, and it's basically a little multi-tool. And I'm okay with using stuff like this because my life's not depending on it. If it breaks, it's not the end of the world. But it's basically a little keychain that I added this lanyard to. And if you slide this open, there's a lot of different bits in here. Phillips, Torx, stuff like that. And you could pull them out. You put them in here, or they could fall out. But as they come out, you just stick it in the top like that. And you use it as a screwdriver or a Torx or whatever the case may be. This is very similar to the next one I'm going to show you, but I keep this with me with just Torx in there for the most part, and I use it on the range, you know, if I'm making sure that an optic is tight or if I'm adjusting a red dot, whatever the case may be, this works great. And again, they're like 30 bucks. The next one is the titanium more heavier duty version, I would say. And this is by, I believe it's Think Designs, but I'm going to pull it up, or Think Industries. Let's see here. Big Idea Bit Bar is the name of this one. And it's similar to what we just showed, but it's got a pocket carry clip, and it's a lot more heavy duty. And the way this one works is you just pull it out, and it goes into here, and it's like a T-bar. So you just grab it and crank down like this. Like I said, it's very similar to the one I just showed, but this is the one I've been carrying for a long time. And this one's more screwdriver based. It's not really Torx bits. It's Phillips, flatheads, etc. So you can kind of use it for anything, even working on your vehicle or something like that. And it's a lot more heavy duty than the small one we just showed. You could actually crank down and get some torque on this. Next is something that most people may not need, but I do. I don't really have eczema or anything like that, but in the summer, my knuckles will get like a little dried up and stuff. And this stuff is called Wicked Rescue. And I found this on Whatnot, actually, the gentleman that makes it. And it's basically just like vitamin E, honey, coconut oil. Like it's legitimately edible. But I keep this in my pocket all the time. And if my knuckles are getting dry, I kind of just go like this. And it works phenomenal. Basically kind of like a Vaseline, I would say. But it's not the cheapest, actually. It's actually pretty expensive. But the fact that it's like edible makes me believe it's really good for you. So, and it does a great job. Like if my knuckles are cracking or dry and I rub a little of this on, they're good for the whole day. Next is my GShock Watch. I've gone over this again. This is another one that's been in a lot of my pocket dumps and my everyday carry stuff, but this watch was bought for me 5 years ago when I was working at the sheriff's office, and I wore it every single day, and I still wear it almost every day till this day, and it still looks new. It's the Casio G-Shock. I don't know which exact model it is, but I will link the exact model. It's got time, it's got the compass feature, it's got a stopwatch on it if you're running drills or whatever the case may be. It's got the date, it's got the day, and you could switch it to obviously military time or regular time, so 12 or 24. And it has a light on it as well. If you just click the center button, it will light up for you if it's dark out. But yep, just a super rubber, lightweight, great for working out, etc. And it's just a watch that has been very durable for me. And the fact that I have used it for years on the regular and it's still held up great. I've never even changed the battery in it. Kind of made me a G-Shock fan. So next we will do this first aid kit. So I carry an IFAK kit at work, and I also have an IFAK kit in my range bag, but this is survivor wear. I picked this up off Amazon. I did add a few things to it, but this stays in my car, and I use it all the time. I mean, if I'm at the range, if I'm at work, if someone gets a scratch, a cut, whatever, it comes pretty well packed. The only thing I did add, it comes stock with everything you see in here, and I just keep replenishing it, like adding new Band-Aids, adding new gauze, etc. But I mean, it comes with shears, it comes with CPR mask, it comes with bandages, it comes with gauze pads, Band-Aids, hypoallergenic tape, marker, everything you could think of. The only thing I added personally was another tourniquet and the like quick clot type stuff. I keep a lot of quick clot, stop the bleed type stuff just due to my line of work and the fact that I'm on the range a lot. But this came, like I said, fully stocked with the bag, and I think it was like $50 or $60, and I use this all the time, and the bag actually holds up well. I have it off right now, but these clips I clip to the back of my seat in my car, and it's just simply there anytime I need it. And yeah, this is probably the second most used item in this thing, just because I'm constantly pulling a Band-Aid out or something like that. So what you get in here, first the value and the bag that you can keep restocking, I think it's definitely worth the money. Okay, 4 items left. I guess I'm going to take a sip of water, and that will give you the next item, actually. My Nalgene bottle. These are USA made, BPA free. They're very, very safe to use. They have their measurements on here. Oddly enough, I actually use a Yeti cap for it. Normally, I use plastic bottles in the winter and Yeti or stainless steel type bottles in the summer. But I've still been using this one even though it's getting hot. It's just I just like it. It's rugged, it's durable, it's got a quick handle. I can put it in the center of my truck. I can throw it in the side of my bag, and it keeps me honest with myself. Am I drinking enough water? Because I could fit 2 16-ounce bottles in here, which is 32. So if I fill this up 2-3 times throughout the day, I know I'm getting a good amount of water in. And, you know, Nalgene's a great brand. Next will be the Streamlight Wedge. I have a very expensive mod light, and my rifles are also expensive lights. You know, they're high-end Surefires or mod lights or cloud defense, whatever the case may be. But if you want something budget-friendly, the Streamlight Wedge, in my opinion, is the best light you can get. They are very small and easy to conceal, easy to keep in your pocket. They come with a very deep pocket clip, so it stays down in. It's almost shaped like a Microtech OTF knife. It also does come with this little lanyard. It is rechargeable by USB-C, and it has a regular function, and if you hold it, it gets brighter. But you'd have to, you know, it's like push in. When you let it go, it comes back off. But I only charge this like once a month, and I use it quite often if I'm looking for something in the car or whatever the case. I would say they're definitely worth the money. The only caveat to this is I think sometimes they're over $100. They're like 120, but a lot of times they'll drop on sale for like 80 or 90. But even at 120, they're worth the money, and I felt it was necessary to put it in because it's still a hell of a value for $100. This light is also 3 years old, by the way. And as you can see, I mean, it's got some scuffs and stuff, but it's held up great. Next will be my knife that I have also spoke about a lot. I have some high-end knives like you've seen. I've done some videos on zero tolerance and microtech, etc. But this is a Spyderco Tenacious. These are the highest line of the China-made Spydercos. But they are very good looking. They are very heavy duty. They're very easy to get a blade, to get an edge on. They hold an edge very well. And I believe they are sub $60 or right around $60. Another great feature with these is they are clip universal, so I can clip it here, I can put the clip here, here, or here. So if you're lefty, righty, if you like your blade down, up, etc., you can change it to however you want. It's got a really nice thumb here to flip it open, which makes it nice and easy to operate, and then a nice lock system to reclose the blade. But this knife is a couple years old, and as you can see, it's very sharp still. It holds a blade, holds the edge very nice, and it's easy to sharpen. And lastly is something that I added recently to my EDC, only within the last few months, which helps me keep the blade good on this. Is I kind of use this for real stuff now, and I use the Civivi Elementum box cutter for everyday mail, you know, cutting packages, stuff like that. It keeps my blade better on this and for more purposeful uses, where if I'm just opening a box or cutting paper or whatever the case may be, I drop this out because it's, you know, you use it and you just swap the blade with a different razor. But it's very nice. It's a button lock, and it also has the flipper in the back. And same thing with this. It's got the nice deep carry clip on that side that you could also put on that side. These are also, I believe, like $30. So that is my top 10 items that are under $100. If you like any of them, click the link down below in the description and it will bring you to that direct item. As I said, I paid for all these myself, but I do get a couple bucks from Amazon, so I would appreciate if you used it through my link. If you have any questions or comments, drop a comment below. I respond to everyone, no matter what. It might take a day, might take an hour, whatever the case may be, but I will get back to you. If there's anything you think I should add, let me know. If you have questions on this stuff, let me know. And please click that subscribe button. Drop a like if you liked the video. And if you didn't, watch it again. Maybe you'll like it that time. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.